Hi, and welcome to Freshly Brewed Music, here with myself, Mike Stewart, and my guest today, Mr. Pat McManus, also a partner here in Freshly Brewed Music. And, you know, he is a hit songwriter. He had big hits with American Made with the Oak Ridge Boys, Little Rock, and Sentimental OU. And we want to talk about those hits a minute here on today. We want to talk about some of the commercials that you did. So why don't you talk about some of your hit songs, a little bit of your background?
Sure. I wrote with Bob DiPiero. You know, he and I did actually all three of those songs were a co-written thing with Bob, and it's kind of fun. You know, they all have a story behind them. American Made was Bob was up in the upper room of a house there on Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee, and he said, I got this idea about how everything that's coming in our country is like foreign made, but my baby is American made. And I said, let's sit down and write that.
That is wild.
And Little Rock was the same way. Jerry House, a DJ that's there in Nashville, came to Bob, and I really wanted to write a song with us. You know? So he said, I got the idea. He said, it's Little Rock. And I said, oh, Jerry, I don't think we want to write a song about Little Rock, Arkansas. There's a lot of those. And he goes, no, man, it's about a ring. Oh. And boy, as soon as he said that, Bob and I finished our lunch and got off over there.
Oh, man.
We wrote that song in an hour and a half.
Oh, my goodness.
It was written in an hour and a half. I don't think we changed one line.
Oh, that's excellent.
That, you know, so that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, through all of that, I got into commercials, and I got into doing a whole lot of other things from writing. Sentimental OU was Charlie McLean's really big hit, and then it was also, a lot of people don't know this, but Sentimental OU is a #1 record in Ireland by a girl over there, Philomena Bagley, that is like, she's a legend over there, and I didn't even know it. And one of her Irish friends came to America, and I told them that I wrote Sentimental OU, and you would have thought I was a king.
Oh, my goodness. I mean,
it was just amazing how big the song was.
The power of music all over the world.
The power of music.
So you did a lot of commercials for like American Airlines and McDonald's?
Yeah, I did. I got, actually, the guy that produced American Made heard me singing one time and asked me if I would come over and sing some commercials for him, Ron Chansey. And so I started doing American Airlines. I wrote some Chevy commercials for him and sang on McDonald's stuff all the time, and 7-Up, and, you know, just whatever he would throw at us.
Oh, wow.
We would get in there and make some things up for the client, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, you know, you're an extremely creative guy. You've been a good friend of mine for many, many years. And, you know, I want to talk about some of the new stuff here in this sampler. One of the new things that is your idea, and you've graciously asked me to be a part of and help you put it together, is Freshly Brewed Music. Now, let's talk about what that is and what it's going to be.
Well, you know, the concept, can I tell you how I came up with that?
Okay, go ahead.
I was sitting at a coffee house one day, and I saw freshly brewed coffee, and I thought, you know, music, when it's new and it's fresh and it comes out, it's freshly brewed music.
Yeah.
And so I felt like maybe we could introduce on this show some new artists that are coming out with things, some new writers that are having great success, and we could talk a little bit about songwriter tips, and we could give people some good ideas about how to get involved in it, maybe learn how to do their own recordings so that they don't spend a lot of money doing demos and things like that. And I just thought the whole show could surround us doing interviews with writers and artists that are involved in freshly brewed music.
Well, yeah, and I would think that seasoned writers such as yourself, people who had success, when they create a new song, that's freshly brewed too. So,
oh, sure it is. Every time you do it, it's something brand new and freshly brewed, and that's the thing that I always say. And we want to do seminars, and we like to advertise them on this on the internet radio and internet television, podcast, I believe.
Yeah, we'll be doing podcasts and online video, possibly a membership.
Yeah.
All at freshlybrewedmusic.com. That's where you're going to be able to find out about it.
Right. They'll be able to find all of that there, and on that, we'll give them tips on how to make those sacrifices and be disciplined in their writing, and we'll talk about the rejection that we've all been through in this kind of crazy industry. And it's just questions and answers. I'm hoping that we get this set up where we have a lot of emails sent to us and ask us questions, and every week when we come on the air, we'll give you some answers.
Hey, that's great. Well, tell us about some of the new music that you freshly brewed. What's going on there?
This is really kind of funny. It's freshly brewed music is what we're calling it, and yet I'm working on a CD that is new music that sounds old. It sounds like 50s and 60s music, but it's brand new music. And I got the concept from working with some people that had some old cars that they show, and I love these 57s that they were doing, and I thought I'm going to write something to fit that. And out of that came this whole big thing of people getting excited about this music again. And I thought, well, rather than just go back and do music from the 50s, why not us, you and I, and some other writers get together and create some really neat music that sounds sounds old like that. And it's been a real inspiration to me to try to do some of this stuff. The first thing that I did was called 57 Heaven, and I've got another one called Eddie, How Many Times You Gonna Wash That Car?
Oh, yeah.
And then you and I are going to work on some things, and we're going to do the album right here in your studio.
Hey, well, I look forward to it, and I look forward to building this project into what I believe it can be. And this is just a sample of what can happen when you get some crazy musician writer types together, reminiscing about what it took to do their creativity, things they thought and felt. There's a great song called "The Song Remembers When." Well, the writer remembers when he made the song, and that's what we want to capture and share with the aspiring writer, the people who are just interested in music. And
boy, you hit on something there, Mike. There are so many stories behind the songs that have been written, and the writer remembers that like it was yesterday, sitting in the room. I remember sitting in the room with writing American Made like it was yesterday in that little kitchen area of a house on 16th Avenue.
Well, that's what we want to share in this series, and we hope that you'll go to our website, because that's going to be the focal point where you're going to find out all the things that are going to happen with this series. And we thank you for watching today.
Hey, thank you. This has been great.